What's up, guys? I just wrapped up the 2025 season of NRL 22. Missed a couple matches, learned a lot, had a lot of change during the season. So let's get into it. So I just ended my 2025 NRL 22 season. Shot the March match, had a lot of fun, did have some struggles, but for me, it was a good way to end the season. I actually got enough points to, get a few more points for the season, and yeah, it was pretty good season. I think learned a lot about what happens when you don't prepare. How much dry fire really helps. So did learn a lot. I need to, this year I think I'm gonna work a lot more on my dry fire prep and probably mix in a little bit more live fire. Didn't do much of that, but when I did dry fire, that seemed to help me a lot more than it did just doing live fire. Anyway, let's take a look at this match. All right, so this is stage 3, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. This is the stage I actually started on. I did practice this a little bit in dry fire at home, but I did not do so well on here. This KYL kicked my butt, so I'm always having a tough time with KYL. Need to put some more time into shooting KYLs in practice. Yeah, there I was so screwed up that I missed that KYL that I actually thought I was moving positions. There I'm missing small far target. Now we get up on the sawhorse. Usually I'm pretty stable on the sawhorse. Not bouncing around too much, but look at all these misses. I don't know what's going on. There's an impact finally, geez. Yeah, the wind's swirling down there. Don't know if that's much of a factor, but I was not happy with how I was shooting this stage. So pretty rough start. Yeah, here we get a little malfunction. Yeah, with the Bergara, sometimes if the bolt slides forward and starts to push around out of the magazine, when I go to actually chamber that round, it's kind of screwed up. Yeah, here's another malfunction again. I got to pull around back into the mag. Start running out of time, and just had to send it. Spring forward for what? This is the second stage I shot. I forgot to actually set my regular camera up, so it's just trigger cam. This is the tire stage. Holy cow. I don't know what was going on here. I was bouncing all over the place. I mean, look at this. You get dizzy looking at this. Yeah, look at that. Just all over the place. But making impacts. But also taking a lot of time. Yeah, I think here, not too bad. I was able to brace the right side of my gun up against the vertical tire. And then, yeah, I think this is me on the vertical tire at this point. I mean, you can just see the gun. The gun barely moves here. But we're past a minute already, and now I'm going back to that first position. Yeah, this was the worst part. Just bouncing all over the place. but somehow making impacts. Yeah, here I'm getting really tight on time. This is the 5th position. Yeah. And basically here, just ran out of time. So, after that stage, I was pretty mad. Alright, so this is stage 1, little leprechaun 2-step. I actually was the last shooter on that previous stage, so this stage they had me up first, and I was mad. So I was attacking this stage. When my gun was stable, there we go, we got a little malfunction again. And I was mad. Bolt was sliding in, pushing rounds up. Yeah, so once I got that squared away, it's just making impacts. Here, a little struggle with Bipod a little bit. Yeah, like time-wise, I feel like I'm moving pretty good here. Good pace.
Is it chair?
Yeah, it's right a minute. I'm almost done. Wish I could do this every stage. Yeah, so I cleaned this stage. Thank goodness, because boy was I mad. Stage 4, on the plus side of spring. So this is the pyramid stage. I actually thought I cleaned this, but I had my scope zoomed in a little bit too far, I think, on this second position, so we'll see. So there's some pretty good wind here. I was lucky that I made a good wind call in the beginning. Yeah, so these courses of fire, they look pretty tough on paper, but when you actually were shooting them, they kind of made sense. There was a pattern there that you could pay attention to. All right, here we go. Here's where I think I mess up. Right, so I'm shooting the close, near, then far, near, yep, and then I go left. But my holdover, I hit the top of that plate, so it actually impacted, and I thought it was a hit. So here I am thinking, don't have any drops, but had one there. Okay. Yeah, the pyramid usually not my greatest, but I started doing something that I went away from last year. I don't know if you can see my front bag. I actually it's like a medium game changer. Instead of just putting it with like that curved part over the rails, I flip it over, and it gives it a little bit more tension, and for some reason the fill really settles in. I don't know if you can see it. Probably real hard to see, but the bag's definitely upside down. So you feel like these kind of props, and you have like a game changer type bag, and it's not as stable as you want it to, like you can see there, like the gun doesn't move. Alright. Dropping the wintertime blues. This is my worst stage of the day. Man, this was the last stage. Basically my last stage of the season. Not a great way to end it. But, hey, give me something to work on. So, again, KYL.
Oh, shit.
Oof. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here at all. Don't know if it's wind.
Wow.
Too much pressure on the gun. Don't know. You know, but I make an impact on the far target, which is much bigger, but but still. Yeah, I don't think I hit any of the KYLs on this stage. There we go, I did hit it once. Woo. Sweet. Yeah, here I'm running the bag upside down too. So it does lock in pretty well when it's upside down. I don't know if it's like tension on the material, fill, kind of stretching it out and making it lock in, but it locks in pretty well. I just can't make hits on the KYL at all. I think this guy's a mat. Yeah, definitely miss on that. And that is it.